Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I am Brandy Oswald, the founder of Sauvage Wellness, and you are joining tonight for a Vinyasa yoga practice, open to all different levels. We'll have modifications and options to add things in or take things out. But as with every class that I teach, you're welcome to do exactly what I'm teaching. You can do something completely different, or you can just take some modifications along the way. My only goal for our yoga time together is that you feel good, that you have fun, and when you leave here, you be nice to other people. So if you feel the push and the pull starting to happen in your yoga practice, or micromanaging, or that perfectionistic tendency setting in, just take a moment to step back and remind yourself the only goal is to feel good, is to have some fun, to go out into the world and be that nice, kind-hearted energy that we're needing quite badly right now. So for everyone who's with me, we're going to start in child's pose. With your playlist, you can go ahead and press play on the first song. That first song there is I Only Want to Be With You. And I'll have you come into child's pose on your mat, toes together, knees open, and you can start to sit your hips back towards your heels. And just taking some time here as we open up to connect to your breath. Start to find the inhale in through the nose, the exhale out through the nose to build heat, or out through the mouth to cool off. With each breath, inviting length on the inhalation and softening, relaxing on the exhalation. Starting off our practice here a little bit slow, intentional in the breath and in the body. You can take an inhale and walk the arms over to the right side, reaching nice and long. Feeling that stretch in the left side of the body as you reach to the right. With the inhale, we'll move through center and take it over to the other side. Next inhale, we'll come back to center. Lengthening out one more time, nice and long. Beautiful. On the inhale, taking it forward to tabletop, let your knees come in beneath your hips and wrists beneath your shoulders. A few circles here, just loosening up a little bit. And let your circles flow in the other direction. Eventually coming to stillness in tabletop, feel your belly drawing in, little tuck of your tailbone. Shoulders come down the back, really press into the palms and press the floor away from you. Strong and steady here. Beautiful, nice deep breath. From here, we're going to take the right leg, lift, extend it straight back, free limbs here. Feel the belly pull in. Take your right toes down to the mat, toes tucked, press them down. So it's like tabletop on the left side, plank on the right side. From here, press into the palms, press into the right toes, shifting the weight. Extend the left leg straight back. We're in a three-limb plank just for a moment. Flex the left foot and toes, place the left toes to the mat. You're at the top of a push-up in your high plank. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. With an exhale, drop the knees back down, hug the elbows into your ribs, drop the chest, leave your hips high. Take a breath here. Slide your belly to the mat, thighs are down. Lift halfway cobra. Press out through your chest, feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale, glide the chest back down, tuck the toes, press through bent knees. We'll find downward facing dog. Just a modified vinyasa there as we start to open up and warm up with the breath. We'll pedal the feet here. Finding this first downward dog and waking it up however you'd like. This song, Skinny Love, gets me. It was the first song on the first playlist that I ever practiced yoga to. I can see myself on the porch at my old house in New York. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I jacked everything up, and it was the most fun I had had in forever at that point. And I was like, this yoga thing kind of feels important. Little did I know it soon took over my entire life in the most fun way possible. Beautiful. From your downward facing dog, squeeze your belly in, lift your heels, draw your hips up to the sky like you're coming to your tiptoes. You can take a look here if you need to. Shoulder blades are rounding, hips are high, belly pulling up, and then drop it back to your heels. Take that again. Inhale, pull the belly up, lift towards the tiptoes, hips are high. Exhale, drive it back down. Same thing, this time drive it up and tip your gaze between your thumbs. From here, keep your hips high, start to tiptoe your feet towards your hands. What we're doing here is using our belly and intentionally stepping forward to the front of our mat. Once you reach the hands, you can bend the knees, fold the torso over the legs, and give it a little sway. Beautiful. Inhale to stillness out in front of the toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway lift. I like to keep fingertips on the mat, but you can come up to the shins, whatever feels best. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Super old school is to keep flat palms when you extend. And then exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Keep your gaze straight down so the neck is long. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise it all the way up through standing. Reach up, look up. Grab onto that right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, reach the right fingers to the left side. Beautiful. Inhale, up to center. Switch the bind, grab the left wrist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, reach to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Reach up through the fingers. This time I want you to come down with an exhale. Bend your elbows wide like goalpost arms. Sink your shoulders. And then lift your chest up to the sky. Then you can even take a little tuck in your tailbone here. Bend in the knees. So you're kind of in a little bit of a chair squat. Give it a little bounce. Tuck your tailbone. Slide your hips forward. Start to lengthen back up through your legs. Press your chest to the sky. It's a little bit of a back bend as you press the elbows towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten that spine, reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, coming right into sun salutation A. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step those feet back, lowering down. You can take that modified vinyasa again, or come down through your plank, push-up, chaturanga. Inhale for upward dog. Thighs are lifted, chest pressing forward and up. Exhale, use that belly to lift your hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Nice deep breath, fingers spread wide, toes spread wide. You want your weight to come up towards your hips and down the backs of your legs rather than sinking into the arms. To do that, you have to really press back with the hands. Beautiful, listening into that breath. With an inhale, you can stay with that same tiptoe forward, or this time bend your knees, look to your thumbs, step, or maybe float your feet to your hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come down towards the sides. We call this Samasthiti. Round two, same thing. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. Optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. We hold here 5 breaths. Next, inhale, bend the knees, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, Samasthiti. Sun salute, lean out, inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, we'll reach up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back. Option here, you can hop into chaturanga or take that same vinyasa transition we've been working with. Once you reach downward dog, plant your left foot, step your right foot forward between the hands, arms lift up overhead, warrior one. A big inhale to the top, and a big exhale takes you all the way down, right foot steps back, optional vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Right foot plants from downward dog, inhale, left foot steps forward, arms lift overhead, warrior one on the left side. And then with your exhale, coming back down, left foot steps back, lowering through that vinyasa, plank, up dog, down dog. Nice. All right, you ready for it? My favorite thing to do in downward dog. Totally not traditional. Totally not what the yoga teachers were expecting. From here, bend your knees, look to your thumbs. Option if you want to play around. You jump up and you kick your heels to your butt like boop, like boop, like boop. Just for fun, just because why not? Yeah. And then you can be even sillier. You can be like, that was fun. And you can do it 3 times fast, like boop, boop, boop. And then, Alicia, those are bananas good. Amazing. She's done this before. The thing about that is then whenever someone goes, hey, Courtney, Erica, can you do handstands? You're like, yes, I can. I just do them really, really fast. Boom. Handstands for everybody. Next, inhale, bend your knees, look to the thumb, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips, lift it up, chair pose. Exhale, come to standing, Samasthiti. Same thing, round 2. Inhale, bend your knees, lift it up, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step it back, vinyasa, plank, up dog, down dog. With your own breath from down dog, it's an inhale, right foot, warrior one, Virabhadrasana. And with an exhale, taking it back through that vinyasa. The most important thing to remember is none of this matters unless you're feeling good and having fun. Left side on the inhale. Eventually meeting back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From downward dog, you might take your left foot, step it in towards the midline a little bit. Inhale, slide your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Really rooting down through that left leg as you extend up through the right toes. Option to bend your knee, tip that hip open. Bonus points if you have a bed or couch near you, when you take your right foot over, tap the couch. Home yoga can be fun. Jungle gym yoga. Beautiful. From here, right leg comes forward, step the foot between the hands. Ground the back heel, windmill open, warrior two. Virabhadrasana B. Nice. I know, right? Adjust your clothing time. They need to just schedule that in, call it a posture. Outfit change asana. Nice. I love warrior two. I feel like a goddamn queen. I'm like, I could do anything. Inhale, we're gonna lift that front arm, that front side body, right side lifts up to the sky as you reach back for the right fingers. Left arm can come down the back leg or around the low back. Sink those hips straight down. Beautiful. From your inhale, reach to the right fingers. Exhale, come forward. Post that right forearm to your right thigh. Extend the left arm out in front, like the tick-tock arm of a clock at a diagonal. Extended side angle. Nice. And there's lots of variations here. Today I'm really working with the tradition of the posture, just holding the power of that shape. Staying with the breath, feeling the long line down that left side of the body. Nice. Can you get a little lighter on that right forearm? Really use the abs, use the strength of the body. Then we'll inhale, reverse, keep that front knee bent, coming back to that reverse warrior. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten your right leg. I like to heel toe in about a foot distance. Inhale here. Exhale, hips come behind us. We come down to triangle Utthita Trikonasana. The left ribs spin up to the sky. The left arm extends straight up. Nice. Really taking that left hip and pressing it towards the wall behind you. Feel that length here on the left side of the body. With an exhale, I like to wrap the top arm around my low back as the gaze comes down to the mat. What might be one of my favorite postures ever. Bend your right knee, plant your right hand out in front, lift that back leg up. Parallel to the mat, we've got half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. I was taught that the right hand comes flat and it has equal weight with the right foot. So neither one has more weight than the other. Beauteous. On an inhale, you'll bend your right knee, get weight in that right hip to come down softly. We keep the weight in the right hip, we tap the left toes to the mat, and then we settle the weight back in the left foot and reach up and back, reverse that warrior. Beautiful. Exhale to come down and windmill the arms, frame your front foot. Keep that left hand down. You're going to start to spin to the outer edge of the right foot and slide your, to the outer edge of the left foot, sorry, slide your right foot on top of the left and drive your right arm up to the sky for a side plank. Optional variation is left knee down, right leg long. With an exhale, come down, right hand to the mat, square up in your plank. Exhale when you lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. I love it. It's beautiful. Inhale, left leg to sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, when you bend the knee, maybe open up that hip. Beautiful. When you're ready, we come through, left foot between the hands. Right heel to mat, windmill up and open. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana B on the left side. You want to keep your front heel above the front ankle or back behind it, not out in front. Hips come straight down, not forward or back. And the chest is stacked up over the hips rather than out in front or back behind. With an inhale, we'll reverse this. Right arm slides down the back leg, left ribs reach to the sky, left fingers extend behind us. So it's not a back bend, but a side stretch on that left side. Then inhale here, exhale, come forward. Left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm comes in front of the belly and extends out a diagonal. Extended side angle. Beautiful. Next, inhale, reach it up and back. Reverse that warrior. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten the left leg up to the heel toe the foot in. Then inhale when the hips come back behind us. Exhale, left hand to the left shin. Right rib spin to the sky. Right arm extend straight up. You can hold here, wrap the right arm around the low back. Bending the front knee, plant the front hand. We'll inhale, lift that right leg to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. When you're ready to come down, bend your left knee, weight in that left hip. Start to come down with the back toes. Keep the weight in the front leg until you ground the back foot. Inhale, lift it up. Send that left arm up and back. And then exhale, windmill the hands. From here, right hand stays planted. We roll to the outer edge of that right foot. Slide the left foot to stack on top. And we find our side plank on the other side. When I first started doing yoga and teachers would do this pose, I'd be like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. This one. Now I'm that teacher. Oh my God. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale and plank. Exhale when you lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Oh. Beautiful. For anyone who's listening to the music, any new girl fans out here, Cece and Schmidt got married to this song. Fun fact. Hashtag I love Netflix. When you're ready, we're gonna bend the knees, look to your thumbs. So previously we were hopping forward, feet towards the hands to come into our forward fold. But for this round, I want you to take a few hops and get your feet wide, like you're gonna come outside your hands. So at first you might come a little bit forward, like you're in a squat, and then come back, a little bit more forward, until you can hop your feet right outside your pinky fingers. So take a few rounds. When you get there, heels turn in, toes turn out, butt sinks down, and we're in Malasana. If you don't like Malasana or your ankles don't come down, so you probably don't love it, you can sit onto a block or a cushion or books or whatever you have. If your feet don't come flat to the mat, it does make it considerably more challenging, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or your body. It doesn't even necessarily mean that you're tight or tense. For some folks, it's just simply the bones in their feet. Don't let them get all the way in. And we're working here to press the legs open as the arms sink down in front of the knees. I take fists and interlace my knuckles simply because it's lengthening for the wrists rather than this shape, which is compressing on the wrists. Nice deep breath here. So you have the option to hang out here, or you can join me for a little bit of an arm balance practice. We're going to take this into crow pose, Bakasana. So from your Malasana, which is this squatting shape, hands come out in front, hips start to lift up a little bit. And I like to really work with strength in the belly. So right from here, I'm squeezing the belly in, keeping my hips elevated a little bit, and just tapping the right knee to the back of the right arm, and then tapping the left knee to the back of the left arm, and feeling this strength. My legs are already shaking, my belly is engaged, making sure that I'm not giving all the way to the hands. And then I back off for a second. Really working into the pose. And then when you're ready, coming fully in, again, knees tap the back of the arms, weight in the belly, starting to then descend the weight into the hands. And as you do, elbows bend, hips can be parallel to the floor. Using the fingertips to guide the movement, if you're tipping forward or back, pressing into the fingers can really help to reorient the pose. If it's going well, squeeze in the belly, lift the hips and send the knees back to plank or belly flop. It's been a long year. Inhale to lift up, exhale to press back. Beautiful. Getting after it here. Quarantine yoga. Inhale, right leg extends high. Exhale, drive the right leg forward between the hands. From here, take your back foot, slide it in slightly. Inhale, extend through your right leg, lift your chest. Coming into pyramid pose. Hips are squared at the front of your mat. Exhale, tuck your chin and fold. Sometimes I do yoga and I'm like, yep, that was yoga. And other times I do yoga and I'm like, wow, I love yoga. Tonight I'm doing the second one. I like it. It's good stuff. Beauteous from here. Nice deep breath. And we're going to start to bend the front knee, so we're in a little bit of a lunge. You can heel toe your back foot back if you'd like. We're going to drop that back knee to the mat. You're in a low lunge. You can untuck the toes. And from here, inhale, shift back, lengthen your right leg. Exhale, tuck your chin and fold. Getting even deeper into the hamstring, into the calf, into the back of that right leg. Oh, 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 oh. Next inhale, we'll come forward. Bend that right knee again, and this time start to lift your chest up, coming up towards that right leg. You can interlace the fingers, pressing onto the palm and shifting those left hips down towards the floor. Getting into that left hip flexor. Really squeezing in your belly, lifting your chest high so there's length in the abdomen. Nice. And then exhale, we'll drop the hands down. We'll send them inside that right foot. And from here, we're going to tuck the back toes, start to spin to the wide edge of your mat. Toes turn in, heels out. Inhale, extend long with the spine. Exhale, tuck the chin. We'll forward fold here into wide leg fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Staying with that really nice deep breath. Inhale, extend halfway lift. Beautiful. Exhale from here. If your hands are between your feet, walk them back out. We're going to turn the right heel in, the right toes out. You're going to lift up onto your left heel and start to sit down inside that right leg. You likely won't sit on the floor. That's totally fine. I'm not either. And from here, your right arm extends out in front of your right leg. Left hand can stay down to give you a pose, or it can lift up. And if you love it, you could wrap around with the arms and bind that right leg. The goal here is to get a stretch in the inside of that left thigh. Wait, I changed my mind. The goal here is to feel good and have fun and be nice to other people. Whew, that was close. We almost started setting goals that were unnecessary. So if you have the bind, it's an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to plant the hands and shift over, same thing on the other side. And just remember that what happens on side one doesn't need to happen on side two. Nice. I one time heard this called a rainbow warrior, and that sounded magnificent. I highly doubt that that's the Sanskrit name for this pose, but I like it. From here, we're going to switch back towards that right foot. Rotate around to square off to the front of your mat and step back, optional vinyasa, or take it right into downward dog. Nice. My right side is like, that was divine. Left side's like, I want to turn. Inhale, left leg extends high. Exhale, left leg comes forward, step the foot between the hands. Track your back foot in just a little bit. Inhale, extend left leg. Lift the spine parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin and fold. Hips are square to the front of your mat. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. From here, we'll inhale, extend, heel toe that back foot back a little bit. We're going to drop the knee down to the mat. Inhale, we'll lengthen out that left leg. Exhale, tuck the chin and fold. If you love doing splits, this is the time in class where you're more than welcome to take this from half split into full split. I don't often teach full split, mostly because most of us aren't hanging out there. Yeah. I do love a good full split though. Beautiful. Next, well, if you're in splits, you save your life, you get out however you safely can. And inhale, we come forward towards our low lunge, driving your right hip flexor to the mat and lifting the chest up, pressing into the palms, coming into your low lunge. Power to the peaceful. Nice deep breath, again, belly's in, chest lifting up, nice long torso. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. Beautiful. Next, exhale, hands come down. We already took both sides on that last flow, so we're just going to tuck our toes under, lift the back heel off the mat, step your left foot back to meet the right, optional vinyasa, and we'll find downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, lift to the thumb, step or float to seated. As you come into seated, we'll work on the hips a little bit, just releasing. We're going to take the left foot, slide it under the right leg, point your left knee forward, coming toward cow facing variations. Right leg can come around on top with the knee pointing up. Left arm comes around, we hug in. So your ribs are drawing towards that right leg, a little bit of a twist as you get into that right hip. If it works on your knees, you could work to stack your right knee fully up over top of the left. Feet can sway out. Option 1 is here, palms stacked. Option 2 is to fold. And you can choose your adventure. Staying with that nice deep breath. A little bit longer of a hold here, really releasing the hips. You can stay here, or if you want to play with an arm balance, there's kind of a fun one here. Inhale to lift up. So from here, for the arm balance, you're going to take your right thigh and spin it towards the front of your mat. Take your hands out in front, and you're going to get your right thigh to place on the back of your upper arms. Looks like this. Your left arm drives in and places it on that right hip. From there, we tip the weight to the back of the arms, and you can lift the legs up, maybe extend out through the legs. It's like that side crow, but with weird legs. And it's not important. What's important is you have fun. And from there, for the sake of, yoga stuff, there's a really cool transition to plank that I love that took me too long to figure out because it seemed obvious after I found it. So once you're in that shape, you untwist your legs and plank's right there. Oh, tricky yoga. Or you pretend like none of that exists and you just go into the other side on your hip stretch. We call that invisible yoga. So step 1 is you could stack that left knee high, find a little twist. Step 2 is maybe to stack your knees and maybe stack your palms. Step whatever I'm on, 3 or 4, is to maybe add a fold. Really allowing yourself to release into this side. If you're in the folded posture, really embodying that energy of bowing down, a sign of gratitude and grace and softness and appreciation. If you're in the lifted position, hands stacked, a position of strength, sturdiness, statue, a vibrant presence shining out. And if you're in that twist, a bit of cleansing, release that happens as you wring out the rib cage, a letting go. Embodying the energy of your shape for 3 more breaths. A gentle reminder here that with every single posture, with every movement we make in our yoga practice, we have the opportunity to embody the energy of our shape. From here, it's an inhale as you come back to center. Option for that arm balance on the other side. If you're playing around with it, you could square your left thigh, hands come forward. Taking that thigh to the backs of the arms, driving the left elbow in to that hip. Playing around a little bit. Optional last vinyasa, and eventually we'll come back through to seated. This time, hips scoot way up to your heels. Arms lift, chest rises. And with an exhale, taking it nice and soft down to your mat. As you reach the mat, hug your knees into your chest, head comes down, give yourself a big squeeze. Rolling in small circles, massage your low back. Take the circles around in the other direction. Nice. From here, we'll drop the left foot to the floor. Knee can be bent or you can lengthen the leg straight out. Right leg to the sky. Hands can come to the back of the thigh as you draw the leg into the chest, or you could walk up towards the ankle, pointing the toes here. We're working that right leg in towards the chest. So it's like seated forward fold, just taking it on our backs. Super optional if it feels good. Peace fingers can wrap around your big toe. Left leg can extend long, right palm pressing down onto it. And just working that right leg closer towards the body. Feeling your sacrum, your low back press into the floor, stable, steady. And then exhale, you might let that right leg fall open to the right side. One more stretch on the inner thigh. Inhale, leg to center. Exhale here, releasing that leg, bend the right knee. Shin is parallel to the floor. Left hand comes to the outer side of the right knee. And we find a little twist, sending that right knee over the left leg, out to the left side. Inhale to center. Option to straighten that leg one more time, and exhale, send it down to the mat. Side 2, left knee bends as it starts to draw it in. Hands behind the thigh, or walking up towards that ankle. Option to bend your right knee, placing the foot flat on the floor to start. Pointing the left toes. Option to reach for your big toe if you'd like, extending the right leg long, right palm places down on that right thigh. And then after a few breaths, you might exhale, let that leg fall open. After a few breaths, inhale that leg to center. Beautiful. Exhale, release, bend the knees, shin parallel to the floor, and we send that left leg over top of the right, coming into our twist. Inhale back to center, option to lengthen that leg. Exhale, releasing the feet down to the mat. From here, any final movements or postures you'd like to take, and slowly beginning to lengthen your legs out nice and long. Coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana. And making your way there nice and slowly, no rush. Taking any final movements, final postures. Layering up, grabbing blanket. Nice. Just starting to reconnect with your breath. With each exhalation, feeling your body melt to the floor. And just like each one of our other postures, the only goal here is to feel good in your body, to create the space for joy, so that when you leave your practice, you're able to go out and be nice to those around you. Creating a space in your mind, your body, in your heart, and your soul that allows you to feel good within, so that you can shine that goodness out. For when we feel good, we're better able to help those around us feel good too.
Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Tripura Devaye Vinmaye Kameshwarya Dhimahi Ana Klina Prachodayata Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we come to know the goddess of the three realms. May we meditate on that goddess of desire. May her softness impel me on my path. The goddess we're talking about here is the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari, the goddess of erotic spirituality. And I'll leave us here with a short reading about the goddess. In the Indian city of Varanasi, there is a temple dedicated to Raja, I'm going to get this wrong, Rajarajeshwari, a form of the lovely goddess Tripura Sundari. People say that when you enter the temple, you can feel the goddess's radical power of attraction. Supposedly, no one has ever been strong enough to spend the night there. Even her priests sometimes go crazy with love for her. And as a result, there's a lot of turnover among the temple personnel. Perhaps the story is just a parable about the power of desire. But if you have experienced the full unfolding of the goddess in this form, you understand how true it could be. The name Rajarajeshwari means the goddess who rules over rulers. It's just one of the 1,000 names of the goddess Lalita, whose essence is divine beauty and whose gift is the bliss that arises when you are able, through her grace, to recognize that every pore of your body, every eyelash, every movement of thought or breath is an expression of her divine play. Lalita Tripura Sundari is the form of the goddess who most successfully holds together the apparent opposites of executive power and sexuality, and of sexual and spiritual love. Queenly and playful, she represents a most delicious form of the integrated feminine. She is connected to Parvati, who is herself a form of Kali. In a sense, Lalita integrates the qualities of Parvati, the faithful yogini wife, with those of Kali, the untamable wild woman. Lalita is primarily a tantric goddess, a mediatrix of the inner worlds, a guide through the portals of high stages of samadhi or enlightenment. She is the divine beauty who permeates the waking, dream, and deep sleep states, the Tripura, or three worlds, as well as the physical, subtle, and casual bodies in which we experience those worlds. Lalita reveals herself as the inner rapture that rolls through the body when Kundalini colonizes the topmost chakras, and also in the rapturous union of intimate partnership. The name Lalita refers to her capacity for erotic play, one manifestation of which is the natural universe itself, which to an awakened eye appears as a dance of sensual love, play, fueled by desire. Oh, I love this goddess. I've never heard about her before. I've been studying yoga for 10 years and I've never ever come across her. And I'm so excited to know her, to talk about her. All of a sudden, gods can be sexual, which is like, why have we waited this long for that? When you're ready to close your practice, you can stay in Shavasana or you can come into a seated position. We'll take a moment here to take the palms, placing one on top of the other on top of the heart center. Let the shoulders drop low. Just take a moment to be soft, to be still, to be quiet, and to notice. A little noticing yoga as we close our practice. The vibration of the breath in the chest. Recognizing what it is your heart may need in this moment, in this evening, to move forward in this divine dance of love and play, marrying the earthly world around us and the spiritual realm within us. Taking a big deep breath here and exhale to let it go. Option to draw hands like a prayer in front of the heart. We close our practice as we always do. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It means peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste. Thank you. For anyone who's listening to the recording, you can catch all of these classes on the YouTube channel for Sauvage Wellness, and the schedule is live at sauvagewellness.com/yoga. I'm going to stop the recording now and hang out with my friends who are live. Thanks everyone for listening in.